Political violence is on everyone's mind right now, and with Joe Biden's inauguration around the corner, Spokane City leaders are concerned about the return of the sorts of armed groups we saw roaming the streets during protests last summer.
Rather than be reactive, I'd rather be proactive and anticipate so that we're not caught off guard.
Spokane City Council passed an ordinance last night targeted at deterring such groups. It takes an existing state law pertaining to militias and makes it city code as well. That law says, quote, "No organized body other than the recognized militia organizations of this state shall associate themselves together as a military company or organize or parade in public with firearms." So if it's already state law, why make it city law as well? Well, in part because the person who's in charge of prosecuting the state law here in Spokane has said doing so is all but impossible. County Prosecutor Larry Haskell has repeatedly raised concerns about this specific law. He says basically that it's really hard to determine that any particular group of people counts as an unrecognized militia, and even harder to do so without violating their rights.
Militias are mentioned nearly 100 times in the United States Constitution, so they're part of the long, and I call it a storied and honored history of the armed citizen in the United States.
So given that Haskell is unlikely to prosecute, council passed the ordinance to make city prosecutors in charge of doing so instead. Still, the law can be kind of ambiguous and confusing, and for the Spokane Police Department, there may be better ways to keep armed groups in check.
There are lots and lots of laws on the books that are available to us that we can use and enforce to stop people from committing crimes once they begin to do so, once they break laws. So in regards to this specifically, we've never used it, and I have not seen anything at this point that would indicate a necessity for it, because if people were to begin to break the law, again, we will enforce those laws and take action and stop that behavior.
Councilmember Lori Kinnear says she'll meet with Chief Craig Meidel to help reduce the ambiguity. Another reason passing the ordinance at the city level is helpful.
I think it's very important to have this on the books right now. I think it sends a message. I think it shows that we're united against this type of behavior, and we're not going to tolerate our community being intimidated.
Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.